morning, friends. I'm Kathy, and we're here today at Honey Creek United Methodist Church near Middletown. And today I wanted to talk with you children about some characters and how you recognize a character by what they say. So I'm going to give you a few lines here, and I know you can't respond to me right now, but I'm going to try to give you a moment to think about it. So first thing, let me get my glasses on here. I would like to see if you know who said, "Just keep swimming, just keep swimming, just keep swimming." And I'll give you a hint. They're under the sea. And no, it's not the Little Mermaid, but it's a friend of Nemo. And so, when you hear that verse, "Just keep swimming," think of Dory. I hope you all got to see the movie Finding Nemo. It's kind of sad to start out with, but it has a happy ending. So we think of Dory when we hear "Just keep swimming." Now here's one that you probably all know really well because this has been out for the last couple of years, and there's a song that goes along with this movie, and it probably drives everyone crazy. But this verse says, "Some people are worth melting for." I want you to think about it. Some people are worth melting for. Ed, do you know who it is?
It's no.
Okay, it's from the movie Frozen. It's Olaf. Olaf says that. He's so happy all the time, and some people are just worth melting for. Okay? Another verse that some of you may not know, this was popular when I was a lot younger, and it says, "In every job that must be done, there is an element of fun." Does anyone know what that is? In every job that must be done, there is an element of fun.
Mary Poppins.
Yes, very good, Mary Poppins. And she sings, "A spoonful of sugar helps the medicine go down." Ta-da, Mary Poppins, very good. I hope you all can see this show. Maybe you can watch it while you're quarantined because it is such a fun show to watch. And Michael and Jane, the children in the show, have wonderful adventures with Mary Poppins. Now this one I think you all will know really quickly. It says, "Me want cookie. Me want cookie." I can't say it really well. Cookie Monster from Sesame Street. And I hear that a lot these days at my house, "Me want cookie." Everybody wants to eat cookies while they're off on quarantine. I mean. And then I have another one here. And it says, "To infinity and beyond." And I think you all know that one, don't you? I know Ed knows it, don't you, Ed? And who is it? He forgot.
It's
Buzz Lightyear.
Sorry.
Woody's friend, Buzz Lightyear. To infinity and beyond. And so whenever we hear these verses, we know who's talking. We know what movie they're in. They're cartoon characters, and we know exactly what movie they're with because we've heard that verse so many times. I thought of one today too that I hear a lot, and whenever I hear it, I think, "Oh gosh, I know what show that is." And it's "No job's too big, no pup's too small." Paw Patrol. They say that all the time on Paw Patrol, but I just thought of that this morning. I didn't have a picture of it. Okay, now I have one here, and I think you all should know this one, and this is going to lead us into our Bible lesson today. "Love each other as I have loved you." Love each other as I have loved you. You know what movie that's from? It's not really from a movie. It's from our friend here at church, Jesus. Jesus has said that in the Bible so many times. Love each other as I have loved you. And in this picture here today, he's not a cartoon character. Jesus is really a real person. But whenever we hear "love each other as I have loved you," we know that is Jesus speaking. We know that's coming from him. And so that leads us to our Bible lesson today. We're in the book of John and chapter 10. And if you read the first few verses, you'll hear how Jesus talks to the people about hearing his voice and comparing himself to the good shepherd. He calls himself the good shepherd. And the people, as we say in some of our prayers, we are the sheep of his pasture. So Jesus is referring to this when he's talking to everyone. And he tells us that, I wish Cole and Blake were here because they would talk about the sheep. But sheep follow their master's voice. And if they hear a strange voice, or if a thief or robber comes into the pasture, the sheep will run away because they don't recognize that voice, and that's a stranger to them. So Jesus is telling the people that he himself is the good shepherd, and all of these sheep are his people. And so they should not, when they hear someone trying to pull them away from God or from Jesus' teachings, they know that that's not his voice speaking, because he would not do that. So the sheep would follow the master. And this is another thing with the shepherd. A good shepherd would protect his people and keep them safe, and not let anything happen to them. And if they were lost, he would go find them. So that's what a good shepherd does, and that's what Jesus does in our lives. He takes care of us, and he tries to lead us in the right direction. But we always have to remember that Jesus doesn't push us, that he leads us. So we follow him. We aren't pushed by him, we follow him. And so if you feel like you're being pushed into a situation that you don't want to be in, or you don't think it's quite right, just realize that that's not Jesus calling you, that's not Jesus' voice, and you should not go that way. So just remember that Jesus is the good shepherd, and we are the sheep, and that we should live like he wants us to live, so that we can join him in heaven someday. And remember that he taught us and still teaches us today to love each other as he has loved us, and everything will be right with the world, even in these crazy times. So I hope you all have a good week this week. I'll see you next week, and stay safe and stay healthy.